Beloved friend, there is a hidden secret, so simple, yet so profound, that once embraced, changes the very course of your life forever. This secret is not locked away in books, nor hidden in distant lands. It is already within you, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be spoken, waiting to be lived. The world teaches us to chase after wealth, love, and success outside of ourselves. But the secret whispers everything you seek is already yours in the unseen. When you dare to believe, when you dare to speak words of faith instead of fear, the invisible becomes visible. Life bends itself to your conviction. Your words are not mere sounds, they are forces. Each declaration sets in motion a chain of events in the unseen, drawing toward you the exact picture you hold in your heart. If you speak of lack, lack comes. If you speak of abundance, abundance rushes in. This secret has one condition: you must refuse to compromise with doubt. For doubt is the shadow that hides the light. You must hold steadfast to the vision of what you desire, no matter what appearances try to convince you of. The universe is rich, overflowing, limitless. There is no shortage in the divine supply. The only walls are the ones we build with fear, complaint, and disbelief. When you align your thoughts, words, and feelings with what you desire, the doors of opportunity open, unexpected blessings arrive, and miracles unfold with ease. The hidden secret is this: life gives you not what you wish for, but what you deeply believe, declare, and expect. So today, choose your words with care. Speak only what you want to live. Walk as if your desire is already fulfilled. Trust as if the answer has already come. Because it has, and once you live this truth, your life will never be the same again. The secret to transformation lies within, not outside. Most people spend their lives searching for change in the world around them, chasing new circumstances, new possessions, or new relationships, believing that if they could just rearrange the pieces of the external world, happiness and fulfillment would arrive. Yet the great truth is that life is not transformed by what is gained outside, but by what is awakened inside. The inner life is the seed from which every outward experience grows. Just as a tree cannot bear fruit without roots hidden beneath the surface, you cannot manifest lasting change until you turn within and discover the hidden power of thought, belief, and faith. The world reflects back to you the state of your inner being. If you carry fear, lack, or doubt within, the outer world will mirror it in scarcity, obstacles, and disappointments. If you nurture faith, peace, and expectation of good, the outer world must bend to reflect that same vibration. Every experience you live through begins first as a thought, an emotion, or a conviction planted in the unseen realm of your consciousness. People often say, "When my situation changes, I will feel better." But the truth is that only when your inner atmosphere changes will your situation transform. You cannot wait for circumstances to dictate your joy. Joy must be chosen, claimed, and spoken within, before it appears without. The mind is the workshop where every condition is shaped. Thoughts are not idle things. They are living energies, silently sculpting your destiny. To believe that change comes from outside is to hand over your power to chance and circumstance. To recognize that transformation begins within is to reclaim your authority as a creator of your own path. When you learn to discipline your thoughts, to replace fear with trust, to speak words of abundance instead of lack, you begin to alter the unseen blueprint of your life. And as surely as day follows night, the visible world shifts to match it. There is no situation too difficult, no limitation too strong, that cannot be overturned by an inner shift. A person surrounded by apparent lack, yet holding unwavering faith in the abundance of life, will find doors open where before there were none. A soul who chooses gratitude in the midst of trial will see opportunities hidden from the eyes clouded by complaint. This is not wishful thinking. It is the law by which the universe operates. The inner life magnetizes the outer life. So often people believe they must struggle, force, or fight with the outside world to achieve change. But struggle is unnecessary when you realize that the true battle is won within. When you calm the storm in your mind, the storms outside quiet as well. When you plant faith in your heart, life begins to align in miraculous ways. The hidden secret is simple: change yourself inwardly, and the world cannot help but change outwardly. Every lasting transformation begins not with the outer but with the inner. And when that shift happens, everything else follows naturally. Everything desired already exists in the unseen. The things you long for, whether they are love, wealth, health, or opportunities, are not absent or missing from your life. They are already present in a higher dimension, waiting for your faith, your word, and your expectation to bring them into visibility. Just as a seed holds within it the tree, though to the eye it appears small and lifeless, Your desires exist in the invisible realm before they manifest in form. The unseen is the storehouse of infinite supply, and nothing is denied to the one who dares to believe it is already theirs. When you desire something, you are not creating it for the first time. You are only aligning yourself with a possibility that already exists. The universe is complete, perfect, and overflowing. There is no new idea, no new blessing, no new provision that has not already been accounted for in the grand design. What seems to be your longing is really the call of that unseen reality trying to draw itself into your life. Desire is not lack. It is a signal that what you seek already exists and is reaching out to meet you. The reason so many fail to see their desires fulfilled is because they look only with physical eyes. They see only the absence of what they want, and by focusing on the absence, they keep it away. To live by faith means to see with the eyes of the spirit. To know that though the physical form is not yet visible, the essence of it is already yours. The invisible always precedes the visible. Just as the artist envisions the painting before the brush touches the canvas, or the architect holds the blueprint before the building is raised, so too must you hold the unseen picture with unwavering certainty. Your words and thoughts are the bridges between the unseen and the seen. Each time you declare, "It is mine now," you are calling forth the invisible into expression. Each time you imagine and feel as though it is already done, you are giving life to the unseen form and preparing it to take shape in your reality. Doubt delays, but faith accelerates. The moment you believe without wavering, the unseen begins to arrange circumstances, people, and opportunities to deliver what has always been waiting for you. There is no shortage in the unseen. No dream is too big, no supply too vast, no love too deep. The only limits are the ones the human mind imposes by disbelief. When you shift from asking, "Will it ever come?" to declaring, "It already exists and it is mine now," the whole universe conspires to bring it forth. The unseen responds to conviction, not to hesitation. Life is not about creating something from nothing, but about allowing the eternal abundance of the unseen to flow into the seen. Everything desired is already yours. Your only task is to claim it with faith and stand steady until it appears. Words are powerful forces that create reality. They are not mere sounds that fade into the air, but living vibrations that shape the very fabric of your experience. Every word spoken carries energy, and that energy returns to you in the form of circumstances, conditions, and outcomes. When you speak of lack, you give life to lack. When you speak of abundance, you set in motion the flow of abundance. Words are seeds, and the soil of life does not question what is planted. It simply brings forth a harvest according to the seed sown. Most people do not realize the weight of their words. They speak carelessly of fear, doubt, or misfortune and then wonder why these very things appear in their lives. Yet nothing arrives by accident. Every spoken word is a decree, and the universe listens to every decree. To say, "I cannot," or "It never works out for me," is to command the unseen to deliver more of the same. To say, "I can," or "Everything is unfolding for my good," is to command blessings to appear, often in ways beyond imagination. Words call things forth from the invisible realm into the visible. They are the keys that unlock doors or the chains that keep them shut. Your words not only shape your future, they also charge your present. When you wake each day and speak words of gratitude, power, and certainty, you change the atmosphere around you. People feel it, opportunities are drawn to it, and life itself begins to bend toward the vibration of your speech. But when your words are filled with complaint, bitterness, or fear, that same energy goes out, and it must return with more reasons to complain, more shadows to fear. The law is impartial. It does not favor one over another. It simply mirrors what is spoken with conviction. Every tradition of wisdom has known this truth, that the tongue holds the power of life and death. To speak is to create. Your words are spells, and you are the magician casting them. The more emotion you place behind them, the faster they manifest. A single word of faith spoken in confidence can overturn years of struggle. A single word of doubt can delay blessings meant for you. That is why it is so vital to become the guardian of your speech, to watch every word as if it were shaping tomorrow, because it is. If you desire a life of peace, speak peace. If you desire prosperity, speak prosperity. If you desire love, speak love. Do not describe life as it is in its limitations, but as it is in its potential. Speak not what you fear, but what you desire. Words are the brushstrokes with which you paint the canvas of your destiny. Each declaration is a stroke, and the picture that emerges is the life you live. When you realize this power, you will no longer waste words on what you do not want. Instead, you will use them as instruments of creation, shaping a reality worthy of the greatness within you. Speaking lack attracts lack, speaking abundance attracts abundance. Every word carries a vibration, and that vibration calls forth experiences that match its frequency. When you speak of what you do not have, you are affirming its absence and drawing more of it into your life. When you constantly declare that money is short, opportunities are limited, or blessings are far away, life mirrors those words and gives you proof of what you say. Words are magnets, and whatever is spoken with conviction has no choice but to return multiplied. In the same way, when you speak of abundance, prosperity, and good fortune, even if they have not yet appeared, you are sending out an invitation for those very realities to manifest. Many people believe they are merely describing their circumstances, when in truth they are creating more of them through speech. To say, "I am always struggling," or "nothing ever works out for me," is not a harmless complaint. It is a command to the unseen forces of life to continue delivering struggle and disappointment. The law of creation does not distinguish between what you want and what you fear. It simply responds to the energy of your words. If you declare lack, lack is reinforced. If you declare plenty, plenty begins to appear. The soil of life produces according to the seed planted, and your words are those seeds. Speaking abundance is not pretending or denying reality, it is choosing to acknowledge the higher truth that exists beyond appearances. The visible world may show you bills, challenges, or limitations, but when you declare, "I live in abundance, everything I need flows to me with ease," you are affirming the eternal truth of infinite supply. Slowly, your outer world rearranges to align with that declaration. Opportunities arise, resources appear, and circumstances shift to make your words flesh. Life is a mirror, and the words you speak into it are the images that return to you. Every time you speak of lack, you not only call it forth, but also train your mind to see it more clearly. The more you focus on what is missing, the more evidence you find to confirm it. In the same way, every time you speak of abundance, your mind becomes alert to opportunities and blessings that were always present, but hidden from a consciousness clouded by complaint. Speaking abundance opens your awareness to possibilities, and in turn, those possibilities grow into tangible reality. The principle is unchanging: speak only of what you want multiplied. If you desire peace, speak words of peace. If you desire wealth, speak words of prosperity. If you desire joy, speak words of gratitude. The universe listens not to wishful thoughts but to spoken conviction. When your words are filled with expectation of good, life rises to meet them. To speak abundance is to invite the river of supply into your experience. To speak lack is to build a dam against that flow. The choice is made in every sentence, and with each word you set the tone of the life that returns to you. Faith must override doubt to manifest results. Faith is the unseen power that bridges the gap between what is desired and what is experienced. It is the inner certainty that what you seek is already yours, even before your senses confirm it. Doubt, on the other hand, is the shadow that clouds vision, the inner voice that whispers of impossibility, the hesitation that interrupts the flow of good. Whenever faith and doubt stand side by side, the stronger one always prevails. If doubt is fed with fear and complaint, it grows until it overshadows every possibility. If faith is nourished with trust and affirmation, it rises above appearances and draws the invisible into the visible. Manifestation is never the result of half-belief, it comes when faith outweighs doubt and stands unshaken by appearances. Every dream, every goal, every answered prayer is born in the unseen first. Faith acts as the magnet that pulls it into form. But if you allow doubt to remain, it pushes away the very thing you long for. Many people live in cycles of desire and disappointment because they waver between belief and unbelief. They declare abundance with their words, yet undo it moments later by confessing fear of lack. They visualize success, then cancel it by imagining failure. Faith cannot fully operate when it is continually weakened by doubt. To manifest results, faith must take the throne in the mind and heart, while doubt is silenced and cast aside. Faith is not pretending. It does not deny that challenges exist. It simply refuses to give them power. Faith looks at a barren field and sees the harvest already growing. Faith looks at an empty bank account and feels the wealth already on its way. Faith sees beyond appearances and calls into being what the eye cannot yet perceive. Doubt demands proof before it believes. Faith believes first and allows proof to appear. The law of creation responds to belief, not to hesitation. When faith becomes stronger than doubt, the unseen begins to arrange circumstances, people, and opportunities in perfect alignment. To override doubt does not mean you never feel its whisper. It means you refuse to let it guide your choices. Doubt may knock at the door, but you do not invite it in. Instead, you return to affirmations of truth. All that I need is already provided. Every door is opening for me. I am guided, supplied, and protected. Each time you speak such words, you feed faith and starve doubt. Over time, faith grows into an unshakable force that no appearance can overturn. The power to manifest lies not in striving but in believing. 1 ounce of unwavering faith is stronger than a mountain of fear. When you hold firm to your vision, when you refuse to surrender to doubt, the unseen becomes seen, and what once seemed impossible arrives with ease. Faith is the bridge, and when it stands taller than doubt, results must follow. Appearances are illusions, truth lies in inner conviction. What the eyes see and the senses report is not the ultimate reality, but only a temporary reflection of past beliefs, thoughts, and words. Many people allow themselves to be governed by appearances, bowing to the evidence of lack, limitation, or struggle, forgetting that these conditions are only shadows that can be dissolved by light. To believe that appearances are final is to mistake the mirage for the oasis. True power comes from recognizing that what you hold within your mind and heart outweighs anything that seems to surround you. Inner conviction is the seed of transformation, and when nurtured with faith, it has the ability to change even the most unyielding outer circumstances. The outer world is like a mirror, showing you the reflection of past states of consciousness. To fight with appearances is as futile as trying to wipe a frown from a mirror without changing the expression on your own face. If you see lack reflected, the answer is not to despair but to shift the conviction within. Appearances may shout of impossibility, yet conviction whispers of truth, that supply is infinite, that every need is already met, that no condition is beyond change. What you know to be true in your inner being, held firmly and without wavering, will eventually overpower what you see with your physical eyes. Illusions are convincing because they appeal to the senses. The empty wallet, the closed door, the delayed dream, all these insist that reality is fixed and unchangeable. But history is filled with people who held a vision stronger than appearances and transformed the impossible into the inevitable. They understood that truth is not measured by what is seen in the moment, but by what is known in spirit. Appearances are temporary, conviction is eternal. Appearances fade and shift, but the truth carried within remains constant until it shapes the world to match it. To live by appearances is to live in fear, for appearances are unstable and ever changing. To live by conviction is to live in peace, for conviction rests on unshakable truth. When you see beyond the illusion, you no longer react with panic to temporary setbacks or delays. Instead, you stand rooted in the inner knowing that what you have declared must come to pass. The storm may rage, but conviction holds steady until the skies clear. Every miracle begins with someone who refused to accept appearances as final. They looked beyond the illness, beyond the lack, beyond the limitation, and held fast to the conviction of health, abundance, and freedom. The outer eventually surrendered to the inner, for truth always triumphs over illusion. Appearances are nothing more than passing shadows. Conviction is the substance that gives life to form. When you anchor yourself in inner truth, appearances lose their power, and reality reshapes itself to reflect the certainty you carry within. The universe holds limitless supply and opportunity. There is no shortage in the vast storehouse of life, no ceiling on the blessings that can flow, no restriction on the abundance available to each soul. Scarcity is not a law of the universe, it is a belief of the human mind. The stars shine without limit, the oceans stretch beyond the horizon, the earth yields harvest after harvest, and the breath of life flows ceaselessly through every living being. All around, creation testifies to a truth too often forgotten, that the universe is infinite, overflowing, and designed to provide more than enough for all. When you believe in limitation, you close the doors to this infinite supply. When you believe in expansion, you step into the current of endless opportunity. Many people live as though the good of life is a pie, and if one person takes more, there will be less for others. But the truth is the opposite. The pie is ever expanding, and there is no end to what can be created, discovered, or shared. The universe does not ration blessings, it multiplies them according to the consciousness that receives them. What one accepts with faith and gratitude flows abundantly, and what is rejected through fear and disbelief seems withheld. Opportunities are never absent, though they may remain unseen to the eyes clouded by doubt. The universe is always presenting paths, connections, and possibilities. Yet they can only be recognized by the one who expects them. The person who believes doors are closed will walk past 100 open ones without noticing, while the one who trusts in infinite supply will see even the smallest crack as an entrance to greater good. Faith opens the eyes to opportunities already present, while fear blinds them. To align with limitless supply is to release thoughts of competition, envy, and lack. The success of another does not diminish your own, for the universe has enough for all. The wealth of another does not block your prosperity, just as one star shining brightly does not dim the light of another in the night sky. The law of abundance ensures that there is always more being created, more unfolding, more waiting to be claimed. The only true poverty is the poverty of thought, the belief that there is not enough. When you declare that the universe is rich, you begin to live in its richness. When you affirm that opportunities surround you, your eyes are open to paths that once seemed hidden. What you claim with conviction becomes magnetized to you. Limitless supply is not a promise for the future, it is a present reality awaiting recognition. To trust in this truth is to step into the flow where miracles happen naturally, where opportunities arrive at the right time, and where every need is met with precision and ease. The universe is not withholding, it is abundant beyond measure, and it responds in kind to the measure of your belief. Fear, complaint, and disbelief block blessings. Life is designed to flow in perfect harmony, sending forth opportunities, guidance, and provision without end. Yet many people cut themselves off from this flow, not because the blessings are absent, but because they build invisible barriers against them. Fear is the first wall. It whispers of danger, loss, and failure, turning the mind away from trust and toward worry. Fear magnifies problems, blinds the eyes to possibilities, and keeps the soul clinging to what is small instead of reaching for what is great. When fear rules, the stream of abundance is dammed, and what was meant to flow freely becomes delayed or diverted. Complaint is another barrier. Every word of discontent affirms lack and multiplies it. To complain is to rehearse what is wrong, to declare over and over the very condition one hopes to escape. Complaint is like watering weeds while starving flowers. It strengthens the undesirable and weakens the desirable. A spirit of gratitude opens the door to greater blessings, while a spirit of complaint shuts it tight. No one can receive more while constantly rejecting what already is. Gratitude says, I see the good, and I welcome more. Complaint says, there is not enough, and life responds by withholding. Disbelief is perhaps the greatest block of all. It is the refusal to accept that the universe is abundant, that life is on your side, and that unseen forces are working in your favor. Disbelief doubts every promise, mocks every vision, and clings to the illusion that only what the eyes can see is real. Yet disbelief cannot create, it can only stagnate. To disbelieve is to turn away from the limitless and lock yourself inside the cage of the visible. But the visible is only a shadow of the unseen, and to deny the unseen is to cut yourself off from the source of miracles. Fear, complaint, and disbelief do not change reality itself, but they change your ability to receive it. Blessings may be flowing, but the one filled with fear cannot see them. The one filled with complaint cannot appreciate them, and the one filled with disbelief cannot accept them. These attitudes dim the inner light and cloud the vision until the good that was waiting passes by unnoticed. Yet the moment you release fear, silence complaint, and dissolve disbelief with faith, the barriers crumble, and the flow of life rushes in with renewed force. Blessings are never far away, they are always present, pressing to enter. It is only the mind that holds them back. When courage replaces fear, when gratitude replaces complaint, when faith replaces disbelief, the channels of life open wide. Then health flows where there was sickness, abundance appears where there was lack, and joy rises where there was sorrow. Fear, complaint, and disbelief are shadows that dissolve in the light of trust. The blessings were always there, you need only remove the blocks to let them in. Alignment of thought, word, and feeling opens doors. Within every individual lies a creative power that shapes destiny, but this power works most effectively when the inner life is unified. Thoughts, words, and feelings are the three instruments of creation, and when they play in harmony, they produce a symphony that the universe cannot resist. Many people think one thing, say another, and feel something entirely different. Their minds dwell on hope, but their words speak doubt, while their emotions vibrate with fear. This divided state sends mixed signals to life itself, and the result is delay, confusion, and unfulfilled desire. True manifestation begins when thought, word, and feeling agree, for such agreement produces irresistible force. A thought is the seed of creation. It forms the image of what is desired, shaping the invisible blueprint of reality. Yet a thought alone can remain powerless unless it is expressed through the spoken word. Words give vibration and direction to thought, sending it outward into the universe as a command. But words spoken without the support of feeling are hollow and weak. Feeling is the fire that fuels the thought and word, giving them vitality and magnetism. To think wealth while speaking fear and feeling anxiety is to cancel the creative process. To think wealth, speak wealth, and feel wealthy is to open doors through which supply must enter. Alignment brings clarity, and clarity draws results. When the mind holds an image, the lips declare it, and the heart rejoices as though it were already real. The whole being becomes a magnet for fulfillment. The universe responds to consistency. It mirrors back not scattered fragments but unified conviction. Doors that once seemed locked swing wide open, for they are not opened by chance but by vibration. Every opportunity, every connection, every provision is attracted by the harmony of what you think, what you say, and what you feel. This alignment is also a safeguard against self-sabotage. Many people pray for success yet speak of failure, or they affirm love while secretly feeling unworthy of it. The divided self cannot receive what it asks for, because the request is contradicted from within. But when the request is unified, when the thought is steady, the word is strong, and the feeling is certain, there is no resistance left to block the way. The doors of life are opened not by force but by resonance, and alignment creates the perfect resonance for good to enter. To live in alignment is to live in power. It means to choose thoughts of faith, to speak words of truth, and to cultivate feelings of gratitude and joy as if the blessing is already yours. In this state you no longer chase opportunities, they come to you. You no longer struggle to make things happen, they unfold naturally. Alignment does not beg or plead, it simply commands by the force of inner harmony. When thought, word, and feeling agree, life responds and doors open that no man can shut. Life responds to belief, not mere wishing. Wishing is a weak impulse, a fleeting desire that often carries no weight, no conviction, no expectation of fulfillment. It is like tossing words into the air and hoping the wind might carry them somewhere meaningful. Belief, however, is a force. It is the steadfast assurance that what is unseen is already real, already present, and already yours. Where wishing waits passively, belief acts with certainty. Where wishing doubts, belief knows. And it is this knowing, not the shallow hope of a wish, that compels life to rearrange itself and deliver the desired outcome. Many people spend their lives wishing for better circumstances, more money, greater love, improved health, or new opportunities. Yet their words and feelings betray their disbelief. They say, "I wish things were different," while secretly affirming, "But it will probably never happen." That contradiction leaves them standing still, waiting for life to change without ever sending forth the conviction that makes change possible. Wishing without belief is like planting seeds in barren soil, nothing can grow. Belief, however, is fertile ground. It waters the seed, warms it with faith, and nurtures it until the harvest comes forth. Belief is not blind, it does not ignore reality, it simply chooses a higher reality than what the senses reveal. Belief says, "Though appearances suggest lack, I know abundance is mine. Though the road looks closed, I know another way is opening. Though healing has not yet manifested, I know health is already present." This inner certainty calls the unseen into form, for the universe does not respond to doubt or half-hearted longing. It responds to the vibration of belief, the energy that declares, "It is so." Wishing is passive, but belief is active. When you believe, you prepare as if the blessing has already arrived. You take steps toward your vision, speak as if it is done, and feel gratitude as though it were already yours. This creates alignment between the unseen and the seen, drawing the two together until they meet in manifestation. Belief does not wait idly for proof, it lives in the assurance that proof must come. Wishing looks at the empty table and sighs, "I hope someday I will eat." Belief sets the table now, knowing the feast is on its way. Life is impartial. It does not grant results based on who wishes hardest but on who believes deepest. Two people may desire the same outcome, but only the one who believes will see it appear. The other will continue to wish, waiting for what never comes. The difference is not in luck but in faith. Belief is the key that unlocks the invisible storehouse of life, while wishing leaves the door unopened. If you want transformation, stop wishing and start believing. For life listens not to empty desires but to the conviction of a heart that already knows the answer is here. Speak and act as if desires are already fulfilled. This is the language of faith, the posture of certainty, the attitude that bridges the invisible and the visible. To speak of your desire as though it is distant or uncertain keeps it forever out of reach. To act as though it is already here brings it swiftly into form. The universe does not respond to hesitation, but it rushes to meet conviction. When your words declare the fulfillment of your vision, and your actions align with that truth, you become a magnet for the very reality you long for. Every great manifestation begins in the unseen. To the senses, nothing appears changed, yet the person of faith speaks differently, walks differently, and carries themselves with quiet assurance. Their language is no longer filled with longing or lack but with gratitude and recognition. Instead of saying, "One day I will have abundance," they declare, "I live in abundance now." Instead of lamenting, "I hope love will find me," they affirm, "Love surrounds me in every form." Such words are not mere affirmations. They are creative decrees that send forth a vibration, summoning the unseen into the realm of form. But words alone are not enough. To truly embody fulfillment, you must also act in alignment with your declaration. Acting as if does not mean reckless behavior or denial of present reality. It means carrying yourself with the dignity, confidence, and readiness of one who knows their blessing is certain. The person who speaks abundance but clings to fear in every action is divided within themselves. The one who speaks abundance and walks with generosity, gratitude, and expectancy creates perfect harmony. Life responds to this harmony, arranging events, opportunities, and encounters that match the energy of fulfilled desire. Acting as if opens doors that wishing never could. When you live as though the dream is already yours, you prepare the way for its arrival. A farmer does not wait for the harvest before preparing the barn. They ready the space in full expectation of the crop to come. In the same way, you prepare yourself by embodying the reality you seek. If you desire success, act with the discipline, vision, and confidence of one who already succeeds. If you desire love, treat yourself and others with the tenderness and openness of one already beloved. If you desire wealth, manage your resources with wisdom and gratitude, as though supply is limitless. This posture of already fulfilled faith collapses the distance between desire and manifestation. It tells the universe, "I am ready now." It dissolves doubt, for doubt cannot coexist with actions that declare certainty. To speak and act as though the promise is already delivered is to set in motion the law that cannot fail. Sooner or later, the outer must conform to the inner conviction. The blessing arrives, not because it was created at that moment, but because you finally aligned yourself with it. To live in this way is to walk in power, knowing that every word and every step prepares the stage for the unseen to become seen. Embracing this secret changes life forever. A single shift in understanding can turn the course of destiny, and this secret, that thoughts, words, and faith shape reality, holds the power to rewrite your entire story. Once you truly grasp it, you can never again live as a victim of chance or circumstance. You realize that life is not happening to you but responding through you. Every experience, every opportunity, every blessing or challenge is drawn by the vibration you send out. When this truth is embraced, fear loses its grip, doubt loses its voice, and you begin to walk in the certainty that you are the creator of your path. The world around you may look the same at first, but inwardly everything changes. Instead of complaint, you choose gratitude. Doubt, you choose faith. Instead of speaking of lack, you declare abundance. With every conscious choice, you plant seeds of transformation that will inevitably bear fruit. The person who once felt powerless now sees that power has always been within. The one who once waited for luck or timing now realizes that alignment with truth opens doors faster than chance ever could. To embrace the secret is to awaken from sleep and step into conscious living. Life no longer feels like a series of random events. You begin to notice how every word returns, how every belief shapes outcomes, how every inner conviction eventually appears in the outer. What once felt like coincidence is revealed as law. This understanding brings peace, for you no longer fear the future. Instead, you trust it, knowing that your faith today is building the blessings of tomorrow. Worry fades because you know that nothing is truly withheld, it is only waiting for your belief to claim it. Embracing the secret also brings a deeper sense of responsibility. You cannot speak carelessly, think negatively, or indulge in constant fear without realizing you are shaping your own setbacks. But this responsibility is not a burden, it is a gift. It means you are never trapped. At any moment, by changing your words, your thoughts, and your inner conviction, you can redirect your life. No past mistake has the power to bind you when you hold the key to transformation in the present. As you live by this secret, you witness miracles where before there were only obstacles. Needs are met in unexpected ways, opportunities appear as though from nowhere, and relationships heal as love replaces fear. the outer world bends and rearranges itself to match the new reality you carry within. This is not magic. It is the natural law of creation. And once you taste its power, you will never again doubt that you are a co-creator with life itself. Embracing this secret truly changes life forever, for it shifts your foundation from weakness to strength, from fear to faith, from limitation to limitless possibility. Nothing outside of you holds dominion anymore. You live from within, anchored in the truth that you already hold the power to shape the life you desire. From that moment forward, your world will never be the same. So, my beloved friend, the hidden secret is no longer hidden from you. It has been with you all along, within your thoughts, upon your lips, and alive in your heart. Life is not a matter of chance but of choice, not of luck, but of law. When you dare to believe, when you speak only what you desire, when you align your inner world with the truth of abundance, the outer world must follow. From this day forward, let every word you speak be a seed of blessing, every thought a vision of good, and every feeling a song of gratitude. Walk as if the promise is already fulfilled, and watch as doors open, opportunities appear, and miracles unfold in ways beyond imagination. This secret will change your life forever, if you claim it, live it, and never let it go. For the power is not somewhere far away, it is already within you. And when you embrace it fully, you will discover that nothing is impossible, and that your life can be as radiant, abundant, and limitless as you dare to believe.